Hello and look, we're back in another Magic and today we're back with another crypto video. Hope you guys are doing well and enjoying your Sunday so far. My voice is kind of gone. I've tried to do this again and again, guys, but my voice still doesn't want to come back. I'm a little bit sick, but I still wanted to make this video for you guys because I've seen you guys comment in the last video about DripX that you guys wanted me to show you guys how to do or how to provide liquidity in version 3 for the Binance Smart Chain or the BNB Smart Chain. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, or before we start into, I just want to thank my current members, the DeFi Insiders, who are choosing to support my videos. And obviously, you guys are not doing that for nothing in return. I do provide you guys members only exclusive videos of what I'm holding, what's my portfolio looking like aside from the public videos that I make. Let's give you guys a small snippet where I make videos literally way before stuff kind of blow up. Again, this is not financial advice, but these are more like, okay, when I'm timing my investments, I'm getting those projects relayed from other whales. So again, you guys are tapping into my network here. And again, for example, I'd made a video 2 weeks ago about XGT, and the yellow line tells you about where I made that call, made it 32x today. OPSEC is one of the huge ones. Again, made a 12x since the video that I made where I spotlighted the project. Again, these are not financial advice. I'm not doing a call and buy signals and stuff like that. These are again just as a simple thank you back, just to see what's my mind behind the scenes. What's my portfolio looking like? So if you guys want to mirror my portfolio, that is one way to do so, by entering and you become a member. It's a two-way thing. You guys support me to carry on making these good videos. Hopefully you guys been enjoying them, and in return I show you guys how I make decisions in the blockchain, how I try to act like a whale until I become like one. Anyways, without making this video or intro making too long, I'm gonna end it there, and thank you to all the members so far. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back into the Binance Smart Chain. Okay, this is where mainly this stemmed from the DripX project, which I'm not going to talk into much. I want to keep this video general so that if you're watching this just generally coming from the Binance Smart Chain, this will keep it useful. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of background story about how Liquditiy, we're just touching the scrape here actually, or scraping the surface here with Liquditiy. I want you guys to understand what is Liquditiy and how you generate yield from it. Okay, now I'm gonna leave reading material that PancakeSwap actually generated, but I'm gonna keep it very simple here. So I want you guys to look at this. This is the top kind of projects that are trending in from Dex Screener in the Binance Smart Chain. You can see the number right here, the Liquditiy. This is true money, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there's a myth where people look at the fully diluted value and they think that's the true amount in a project. No. The real value in actual dollars, real money, is the Liquditiy. This is why a lot of people look at the Liquditiy as a checkbox before they invest in something. The more liquidity a project has, the more stable the project is, the more it allows for buys and sells to go through without fluctuations, without getting that slippage where now you try to do a $10,000 sell because there's low liquidity. It's gonna basically be ineffective where you'll actually get 6,000 as opposed to your $10,000. You guys understand? A simple way to describe what is Liquditiy is money in an ATM. If you had $1 million in your bank account, but you go to an ATM and there's only $100 in the ATM itself, that $1 million is actually worth only $100 because that's how much you can sell. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is why as well it's super important when you look into projects that you ask for, is the LP locked? Because if you have $10,000 of that token but there's no liquidity, you can't sell, you can't realize your gains. You just got rug pulled. Basically, this is one of the ways people rug pull. Okay, this is why you want to check that LP is locked. That's another story for another video. The second thing, ladies and gentlemen, okay, about what makes a token pair. Okay, that's what you need to understand. How crypto works is that you can provide liquidity to a token pair, right? So for example, you got BNB, USDT. You're providing liquidity or ATM money, or you can think of it as currency exchange between two tokens. So you allow people who want to buy BNB with USDT, or people who want to sell USDT to BNB. So you're providing liquidity to that bridge in between the token pair. Okay, so that's kind of the whole point of liquidity, and the yields are generated by you providing the liquidity. So there's a transaction fee that happens with PancakeSwap that takes, and of course with the gas fee, how BSC works, there's always going to be a gas fee and the transaction fee that occurs on the DEX, the decentralized exchange. In this case, it's going to be PancakeSwap. And then that part of that transaction, which I think is around 60 something % average, comes straight to the liquidity provider, because you contributed to helping people, make their exchanges smoothly, provide liquidity for people to exchange from one side to the other. Okay, so this is why it's very important to choose which pair you look into, because there's this thing called now impermanent loss. I'm going to get to permanent loss in a little bit, because I understand now I'm overwhelming you guys with information. I want to keep this more practical about how to add version 3 specifically, version 3 liquidity in PancakeSwap. But quickly, before we get into that, what makes a project bullish to provide liquidity? Okay, you want to look at two things. Okay, this is what you want to look at: the volume and liquidity. Okay, you want to look at the volume to liquidity ratio. If preferably you want to enter something that has more volume compared to liquidity, that's where the yields are becoming higher. So that means there's higher demand in that project, and there's less liquidity than the volume. Therefore, your yields it's going to be more valuable, higher yields, because there's a little of the suppliers and there's more of the demand. Okay, I want to exchange my $10 of BNB into USDT. Who can help me? You know what I mean? There's a little bit of the suppliers, which are basically the providers, the liquidity providers. Therefore, the yield percentage is higher. The APRs, the percentage of the APRs are higher. Okay, so that's how people can make money. I'm going to show you guys, obviously, later in PancakeSwap here. It does tell you your APR, but I think, unfortunately, you can only see the actual number after you've added that version 3 liquidity. So I'm going to tell you guys as well. Next up, what's the difference between version 2 PancakeSwap liquidity to version 3 PancakeSwap liquidity? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the two biggest differences. One, version 3 liquidity is in a form of non-fungible tokens. It's an NFT, which technically means you can now transfer it. There's an ownership variable. And the second thing, well, actually, there's two more things. So obviously it's an NFT. It's going to be in a form of NFT. The second thing, you can have ranges where your liquidity pair is only effective in a range of a price that you can set as narrow or as wide as you want. You can set it as infinite as you want. The narrower you are, the higher the yields are. So now you're able to make more yields as if you had X amount of money, but now you're actually effectively doing a third amount of money, because you put the range of your active liquidity pair, liquidity supplying, to be a tighter range. So the tighter the range that you choose, the more yield you'll make. Okay, and this is all actually a win-win, because it reduces your impermanent loss. Okay, that's the really good thing, because once the price goes out of range, what happens is that basically your version 3 liquidity will automatically go one-sided. So if it's BNB, it'll go all in BNB and it will be inactive. Okay, so you're safe. And the beautiful thing about supplying liquidity, ladies and gentlemen, I understand there's a lot of information, and you can skip ahead if you want to go to the practical information, practical on how to invest in how to add liquidity. But I really want to give you guys this information, because this is powerful stuff, guys. This is how you make money in a safer way in crypto. A lot of those DeFi projects, you lock away your tokens forever. They're locked staking, guys, right? Those DeFi ROI apps, the ones that say, oh, you can make 2% daily, 3% daily, 8% daily, those miners that you do. Once you invest in that, say bye-bye to those investment, and you're going to hope that the project stays alive up until you can recoup your investment from the daily percentage yields. And you never know when it's going to rug, it's going to fail, it's going to get hacked, vulnerability attacked. Oh no, guys, the thing got, you know what I mean? And I really hate that. I've been through so many of those projects. I'm literally, guys, I can only count in in one hand how many DeFi projects I really trust today. You guys see my projects. Titan X, I trust it. Drip X, I trust it. Yes, it did drop 99%, but everything was anticipated. I still made money from staking. That's besides the point. Celeti is one of them. Still risky. All three of them still have an element of risk, of course. This is why providing liquidity is such a great tool, such a great skill for you guys to understand it and learn it. Because when it comes to a point where you now have huge amount of capital and you want to reinvest it in something that's safer, that you can sleep at night, you don't have to worry about what is it going to go to zero all of a sudden, and something that gives you the ability to cash out. What if one day you were like, okay, you know, I'm providing liquidity. I did this for a few months. I'm happy. I want to cash out. I want to put it into stablecoin. I want to put it back into my bank account. And guess what? You can with version 3 liquidity. You have your ownership. You own your investment, not in those DeFi projects. Don't get me wrong, I love those, but I don't go in significant amount investing in those, ladies and gentlemen, because those are so risky. This is why I stick more with tokens that I can own, that I can see in my wallet, that I can buy and hold, swing trade, long-term trade, short-term trade. You have more ownership on them. I don't have to worry about locked staking. You know what I mean? And of course, this is one of the safest ways, because this is true yield. This is not a Ponzi-nomics in this. It is true yield. You're actually making money from supporting the ecosystem. You know what I mean? You're basically lending money to PancakeSwap DEX for helping people transact. This is going to be a never-ending yield. So the only thing that you need to worry about is volume. That's the only thing. That's what I'm trying to say. End of the story. Okay, I'm sorry that this is taking too long. Okay, let me know if that was helpful. Okay, should I keep it shorter next time? I want to really hear your feedback about this. I just want you guys to be up to date with my, understanding of liquidity pools. You know what I mean? The two most important things is the volume and liquidity. Volume is where it comes. Volume is where the yield comes from at the end of the day. Okay. But of course, how much yield do you make is the volume to liquidity ratio. The best thing is when there's more volume than how much liquidity there is. Okay, so for example, I'm going to quickly choose, let's sort the DEX screener by the highest, and this might be another video where you can find the best tokens to invest. So let's go into Baby Doge. Okay, you're going to take the token address of Baby Doge. You're going to go to the search, paste it here, and now what's going to show you is the different token pairs of Baby Doge. There's a version 2/WBNB, and that one 21 million. Forget about that, because look at the volume. Where's the volume? 258,000 compared to 21 million in liquidity. Your yields will be ineffective. We're talking, I'm going to assume it's going to be around 50% APRs, 20%, maybe even 10% APRs if you invest in this one. Not worth it. Up to you guys still, obviously. You got the second one. Okay, liquidity 1.9. This is again, I don't know why for some reason it doesn't tell you which version on this one. Kind of weird. 1.9 million compared to 31,000 in volume. Again, not worth it. So you know what? This token, I would rule it out from supplying. Okay, so I would go back to the list. I would go to the least amount of liquidity, and I want to see the volume. So for example, this one, again, this is super risky. I'm just giving you guys an example. This one has, which one? Yeah, this one has 28,000 in volume compared to 5.8k in liquidity. That's basically above a 5-to-1 ratio. This is where you make a lot of yields. So we can use this one as an example. But remember, we don't know about the token itself. This could go to zero tomorrow. That's the element of risk that you have to evaluate. I can't explain everything in this video, but there's a way you can put yourself in a safe position, obviously by keeping that range tight, so that even if it did go to zero, your liquidity will automatically put it in the USDT side, where now it'll be inactive and it'll be in USDT. You're going to be safe. Because this is the beauty of version 3 liquidity. It allows for much more possibilities, and it's great. It reduces your impermanent loss. It keeps you safe, a safety net when things go bad. And at the same time, it doesn't automatically compound your yield. So you can have a quick, nice UI image where you can click earn your rewards. There's a separate rewards pool that you can earn, and it won't be touched away from your actual investment. It keeps it nice and tidy compared to version 2 liquidity. Version 2 liquidity is automatically compounding, so you have to keep track of what was your LP. You just have to keep track of it more. But this one is better user friendliness, okay, along with the other features that I just said. So again, I understand this video is too long, but bear with me. This is worth it. Okay, this is honestly probably one of your only version 3 liquidity videos you will need to watch. Okay, but subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know if you are enjoying it, and give me ideas in the description what tutorials you want me to cover next. What do you want to learn next in crypto? What's your pain points in crypto? How new are you in crypto? Okay, anyways, we're going to be using this as an example. I'm going to provide version 3 liquidity to this. I'm going to copy the address here. We're going to go to PancakeSwap, link in the description to it. It's just pancakeswap.finance. Okay. And now we're going to go back. Now we're going to go to liquidity, click that, add liquidity. And then obviously here, this is what will show. Okay. Now going back to it, we know that this is version 3 liquidity because of the V3 up here, and obviously this is on PancakeSwap because of the name right here. And I honestly advise you guys to just stick with PancakeSwap because it's the most known, the go-to DEX on BSC. I don't trust anything else. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even name. Is Uniswap counts? I don't think Uniswap does BNB. I think it does, but again, I trust PancakeSwap more over than BNB side. Uniswap, I trust it more on the Ethereum side, obviously. So going back to it. Here you'd have to choose your pair. So I'll put the token address here. You click on import. You understand. Read this. Understand what you're getting yourself into. It's high risk. It tries to let you know that you're gonna acknowledge your risk. And then on the other side, I'm gonna provide BNB because that's the pair that we're looking at. The Dizzy whatever / it's actually USDT. So I take that back. So we're gonna take the USDT token address here. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna click on USDT here. We're going to paste it, and it's already added. It's trusted by ConGetGo, or trusted by, PancakeSwap. And then the next thing, it tells you the different kind of pool areas, right? These are the different transaction fees, sectors, right? And the good thing about this, it gives you a visual about where most of the people are providing liquidity towards, and I would advise you to just go to the one the majority are going into. Okay, so for example, 100% pick, click on that. Okay, and then now the beautiful thing, the beautiful thing is that all you need to do is enter the Dizzy whatever amount, and it will do the rest for you. And then on the right hand side, it tells you this is the range, this is the visual, this is where you can do the plus or minus range for Dizzy. And you could keep as tight as you want, where it'll generate you even more liquidity. So that's the good thing about you're being safer, and you could make even more money. Okay, it's almost like a leverage liquidity providing, with a risk of, you can only provide, in a smaller range. So if you think it's going to go higher, you might need to create a new version 3 liquidity NFT and then do it again. But it's pretty easy. So anyways, I'm going to do a range here. You can do it by dragging obviously the left and right here, or you can click this where it's 10% on each side or 20% on each side, and it tells you the price in USDT per whatever, and it tells you the current price right here. Okay, so something general, I think the average people go is 20% on each side, or 24. I don't know why that went 24. So 20% like that. Oh, it's tripping. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it like that. And then you obviously can go full range. It does give you a disclaimer telling you full range position may earn less fees than concentrated positions. That's something that I've been trying to tell you guys, right? So put that on, I'm gonna put that on 20%. And now here it tells you I need to add equal amounts of value in both sides. It's like a balance. This is how liquidity pool works. Okay, so what I'm gonna do quickly in this video, and this is something you'll have to do, so I'm fine with me doing this and keeping it in the video. I'm gonna go and trade and buy Dizzy. I hope it's not a rug pull, but I'm only gonna buy like $1. That's the beautiful thing about PancakeSwap. I can do a dummy NFT, version 3 NFT to show you guys. This is a great chain for people to learn about stuff, not necessarily just an investment. That's the good thing about it. But try that in Ethereum. You know what I mean? You'd have to do it on a test net on Ethereum, okay? Because transactions are like 20, 30, 50, $90 per transaction. It's crazy. And it's going to get even crazier in bull run times. Anyways, I'm going to buy, how much tokens, I got $28, so I'm going to keep it at 0.0, 01, 02, 03. I'm going to just buy $1.25 of that. I'm going to click this swap. I'm going to buy Dizzy. Okay. And then I'm going to buy $1.25 of USDT. Again, it has to be equal amounts of both sides. I'm going to double check I have enough battery. Okay, got 17%. So yeah, like the video if you're enjoying it so far. Okay, and really, again, my voice, I understand it's kind of not there, but again, I want to, you know, I'm doing the sacrifice to give you guys this video as soon as possible. I hope you guys have a good Sunday. So yeah, I bought the tokens. That's great. Now I need to buy USDT. I'm going to do that again. I want to buy 0.125. I'm going to click on swap. Confirm. Quick transaction, cheap transaction. Again, it costs like 20 cents, 50 cents sometimes. Not bad at all. And then after that, now we're going to go back to here. Again, this is the 1% transaction fee that 100% of people going into. And now here, the beautiful thing about this is that once you click on max, it knows how much on the other side it needs to take. Okay, so I click on max and it knows 100%. $1.30. Let me double check. I have $1.30. No, I don't. It's fine. But let's see. So I would have to click on max on the other side. Okay, because I don't have $1.30 of USDT. You know, it's up to you guys. You know, you click on max on which side, and then if you don't have enough, you don't like it, go back and buy more on whichever side that you're missing out on. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do, you need to enable both pairs potentially. Okay, minimum one pair, maximum both pairs. You need to enable that. Just click on max to the amount of tokens that you own. You know, you just need to enable that. That's just something that you need to do. You're giving permissions to PancakeSwap to interact with those tokens, so that it can actually take them from your wallet and put them in an NFT and generate an NFT for you. So yeah, I have to do that again for USDT. Again, you could have kept that default amount there. I just usually do that as a security thing to just keep it on the maximum amount. Obviously, I trust PancakeSwap, so maybe I don't need to do that, because now next time, technically, if I want to do another one, I'm going to have to enable it, but it's a minor thing. That's fine with me. I just don't like to have permissions that are infinite, no expiry, XYZ. Okay, so once you've enabled now, you want to click on add. Now, once you've added, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're shown with, and it tells you the price tier. Obviously, this is where everyone goes. And then the maximum range, minimum range, current price, that's fine. Click on add. This is the final token. This is the final transaction to actually create that NFT that you can now manage, see, and stuff. And it will tell you then APR now. And obviously APR, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it actually does tell. I'm wrong, man. It does tell you the APR up here. So right now the APR is 3,100, 3,200 is actually crazy. And you know, the beautiful thing, it tells you simulates everything. So actually, my bad, guys. This is actually beautiful. So if I did this, you know, non-compounding for 7 days, I just put $1, I think $3 total. It usually tells you how much money you'll be able to make. So let's see. If I did, what? Let's put this here. ROI at current daily rates. I believe that'll be my ROI after 1 day. If I put this at 30 days, that'll be my ROI, which is basically almost a 3x in 30 days. I mean, it's not bad, but let's go back. Now that you've added this, okay, you're going to go back to Liquditiy, and then now you'll be able to see it here. And obviously, it's as simple as, you know, click and remove to remove it, and everything will come back into, you know, now you'll have Dizzy on one side, and you'll have USDT on the other side. And look at the APRs right here, which is absolutely crazy. And on the right side, it tells you unclaimed fees. Okay, and this is where you'll be able to collect without touching your actual liquidity. So it separates them. This is the major difference from version 2 and version 3. Okay, that's all you need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, you finally reached the end of the video, and you got the APR here, for example. It tells you really great stuff. You know, for example, I don't think this is compounding. That's the only thing I need to uncheck. So for 30 days, I can make, it says from the 30 days, from my money right now, if I kept it for the next 30 days, I'll make $15, which is a 5x of how much I have. crazy. And this is why you need to evaluate whether stuff are bullish, risky, and stuff like that, right? Because you never know, this Dizzy project can go to zero, right? I didn't do my technical analysis. And at the same time, if it goes out of range, so if it does go up, my version 3 liquidity will be inactive. So you'll see this as a red text inactive, and you'll have to make a new one. You'll have to remove this and make a new one, which obviously will take you literally 1 minute if you're very quick, and you can really change it. Or you can have multiple version 3 pools set up as a ladder, right? You can put $10 in this range, $10 in that range, $10 this range, right? So whichever the price can go up and down, it will activate different version 3 liquidity. That's very smart and keeps you very safe as well. Because remember, once it goes into inactive mode, it goes into one side heavily and it stays inactive. And that's safe because that reduces your impermanent loss. So that's great. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the video there. Again, this was longer than maybe it should have been, but I just care about you guys to get the full information, be up to date with what I know about liquidity pools and version 3 liquidity. Obviously, if you did want to add, just a quick thing, if you did want to add version 2, you can go here and click on this version 2 liquidity. So depending on whichever project you're looking at, and it's as simple as obviously doing the same thing, but again, without the range positions. So you can't do that. It's not a thing in version 3 liquidity. And I believe the default one is the 0.25 fee tier. But yeah, the good thing about PancakeSwap is such a great UI. You'll be able to understand everything as you go. But that's what you need to know about version 3 liquidity in PancakeSwap. What a great chain. What a great DEX as well. And yeah, I'm going to end the video there, guys. Okay, use that as what you will. This is such a great, strong tool for you guys to make money in a higher confidence way, in a safer way. Because again, obviously one of the safest investments, for example, is the stable coin ones, the ones between USDT, for example, right? And let's say USDC, okay, the real USDC, not whatever this one, I don't know what's that one. So it might be worth for you guys to actually find the real token address. Don't just trust what you see here, right? Or for example, you can do BNB to USDT. I think that's very safe because I think we're all bullish on BNB, right? So you can do fear tiers on that. So you can see 10% pick goes here, 9% pick goes there. You can do that, and then it tells the APR above. So I can do that. I can do a 10% range or 20% range, and then I can do, and it tells you the APR up there. So if I do a 5% range, that's an 82% APR, not bad at all. And I can put a 1 BNB XYZ or full range will we'll reduce that now to 2.1 APR. So use that on the top right to kind of simulate how much money you could make. So yeah, the good thing about APRs is not the APY. APY is where you compound it every single day. But APRs, the good thing about it is that you're able to take the yield off generated per day and it won't affect the APR. That's how APRs are. You don't need to compound it to keep the same rate of generating yield. Anyways, I'm going to end the video there, guys. My voice is literally going. I wanted to keep this video as high as information valuable to you guys as possible. Kind of the one video go-to for version 3 liquidity in BNB Smart Chain or BNB network. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm gonna drink some water, okay? Because I spoke a lot. Probably I haven't even said a single word earlier today. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end the video there. Consider joining my YouTube as a member, and you'll get access to the member only videos. Again, as I said, to get access to my portfolio where I made 32x, where I made 12.5x, and much more. I've actually uploaded a video today about 2 projects that I'm into that are bullish. Again, not financial advice, but more into about what my portfolio looks like. I appreciate you guys. Go follow my Twitter as well. And I've been loving the support so far. So honestly, if you like it, like and comment and share, that's more than enough. And I appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video. Have a great rest of your weekend, and bye-bye.